right now at 11.
He knew he wasn't coming. He did it on purpose.
A newlywed couple claims they were stiffed by a Richmond caterer who was a no-show on their wedding day. And tonight, our investigation reveals it's happened before.
New information tonight about this Chesterfield man accused of meeting women online, then robbing and sexually assaulting them.
Plus a frightening 4th of July high-speed chase and crash that's caught on camera.
NBC12 News at 11 starts now.
We begin tonight with a story you'll only see on NBC12. A Central Virginia caterer who took a Richmond couple's money, promising to deliver food for their wedding, was a no-show.
Now another couple, this one from Newport News, says the same thing just happened to them just weeks after we told you about the first case. On your side, investigator Brent Solomon joins us now with more. And Brent, what happened here?
Carla, that's what I wanted to know after the second couple reached out to me. I went back to the source, caterer Frank Crump. And despite being a no-show at least 2 times, he still appears to be taking on new clients. A grand affair for a match made in heaven.
We had all this plan because we want to make the event happy for all our friends and family.
Newlyweds David and Zinley Zink of Newport News hired Richmond area caterer Frank Crump for their big day.
I attended a wedding that he did.
Frank Crump is the same caterer I told you about last month. He accepted payment from this couple, Robert and Katina Jones, and never showed up for the wedding. Unlike the Joneses, the Zinks signed a contract with Crump outlining the $2,200 deal. They paid him a deposit and then a final balance.
When he received the payment for $1,568, he called me that day and said, "Hey, I got the check, just wanted to let you know." And I thought that was like so courteous of him to do that, you know?
Over a series of text messages, the couple says Crump kept saying he was so excited to cater their special day. After months of communicating, June 23rd finally arrived.
He had agreed with the coordinators to arrive at noon.
Noon came. Crump didn't.
By 1 o'clock, we knew there were red flags.
Yeah.
He texted my bridesmaid that he was having car trouble. So she said, "Well, where are you? My husband will come get you." And I guess at that point she called his bluff and he went silent after that.
So they had to dish out money again, getting a nearby restaurant to step in on the very day they tied the knot.
If you got my money or our money, why keep stringing us along till the wedding day, till 1 o'clock?
Days after the wedding, the couple says Crump sent this email. "Nothing I can say will remedy this. I will be getting a cashier's check today and return your money." The same promise made to the Joneses.
Are you still in the wedding catering business? Do you still cater weddings?
After we learned about the most recent issue, our intern Sarah called Crump, asking if he was still taking on new clients. He said yes and asked when the big day would be.
He knew he wasn't coming. Why keep us stringing along? It's almost like he wanted us.
Silent a week before.
He did it on purpose.
All right, well, Crump sent me an email saying he reached out to the latest couple for their address, presumably to return their money. Well, it's been nearly 2 weeks and the couple says they haven't gotten a refund. It's been about 5 weeks and the first couple hasn't either. The Zinks tell me they've reached out to local police. We'll keep you posted. On your side, Brent Solomon, NBC12.
Wow. Thanks so much, Brent. Well, right now, a live look across Richmond where it's a little bit cooler tonight, but we could see some showers and storms to close out this work week. The First Alert weather team is tracking those changes in the forecast. Meteorologist Jim Duncan joins us now with more. Jim?
Yeah, Carla, the temperatures have dropped, as you mentioned, now around 80 degrees. JS weather sites at Hopewell, City Hall, Kilmarnock, Lancaster County Middle, and 78 at Ladysmith, Lewis and Clark up in Ladysmith. Basically, temperatures probably bottoming out in the mid-70s tonight. We have regional readings about the upper 70s to lower 80s. And radar had a little shower. You don't even see it on this radar picture now, but about 2 hours ago, it developed right over east central Hanover County, just north of Richmond. And then there you can see kind of drifting to the north up into King William. Didn't last long, but it was isolated. But there's a lot more of that activity to the west, so a lot more of the wet weather. This is associated with a cold front coming into the Midwest that will come through Virginia tomorrow. That will increase our shower and storm chances later in the day tomorrow. We're also watching a tropical system. It's actually off this particular image, but there's 2 potential systems. There's this area of cloudiness. The Hurricane Center is watching. It says that could develop into something. Should stay offshore, but the bigger one is Beryl, a tropical storm, 65-mile-per-hour winds right now out in the Atlantic. The very latest from the Hurricane Center on that system, plus our forecast into the weekend coming up in just about 10 minutes. Kurt.
All right, we'll see you in a bit. Thanks, Jim. Now in Chesterfield, police say this man is responsible for sexually assaulting and robbing at least 2 women, and there could be more victims out there. Police tell us 18-year-old Emmanuel Clark assaulted the women in the same part of Chesterfield County at about a week apart. And police tell us he found his victims on an app. Eric Perry joining us live. He's learning about the suspect. Eric, what have investigators been telling you?
Yeah, police tell me that this man was just released from jail back in December. He was facing charges of burglary and robbery. Now he's facing many more charges, including sexual assault, robbery, and strangulation. Police say they are just grateful to have him off of the streets and have him offline as well.
We had victims, females, reporting to us that they were going to this particular neighborhood and they were going there to meet males.
18-year-old Emmanuel Clark is accused of assaulting and strangling 2 different women on 2 different occasions.
And when they were showing up, what was happening is they were getting in the cars with these men that they had just met for the first time, driving around the neighborhood. Subsequently, they were assaulted.
Chesterfield police say thanks to an app, one woman picked up Clark in the area of Holly Tree Court. After driving a short distance, Clark allegedly told the woman to pull into a driveway. That's when police say he started attacking and strangling her. Police say he then tried to force himself on her before stealing her gun and money. That was June 30th. Less than 2 weeks before that, on June 18th, almost the same story, but different woman. Clark is accused of meeting another woman on August Road and luring her into the woods. When she said no, police say he pushed her back into the car and strangled her.
When I woke up, my dog was barking and the police officers were at my door.
She got away, but Eric Dunley says this is a first in his community and the wooded area has a path that leads to trouble.
I have no idea what goes on down there. I just pay attention to who goes in and who comes out.
Police are now urging anyone wanting to meet up with someone online to be careful.
I would tell people not to be trusting of folks that you just meet for the first time on social media, to be guarded and cautious. And if you are going to meet somebody for the first time, to go ahead and meet them in a public setting where there's other people present.
Yeah, and police aren't saying what app was used in this, and if this case isn't crazy enough, police also say that the man is also charged with impersonating a law enforcement officer. Police say hopefully if people see this picture of him, they think there are other victims out there as well, and they hope they will come forward knowing that this man is behind bars. Now, if you have any information, you're urged to contact the Chesterfield Police Department. On your side in Chesterfield, Eric Perry, NBC12 News.
All right, thanks so much, Eric. Right now, a Virginia Beach mother is missing and police need your help finding her. State police issued a critically missing adult alert for Bellamy Gamboa. She has not been seen in 4 days. Heather Sullivan is in our First Alert Center with more details about this mother and how you can help to bring her home. Heather?
Bellamy's family says it's not like her to be away from her young children and not show up for work. So here's her photo. Tonight, state police issued the critically missing adult alert because they believe she was abducted and is in danger. She was last seen at her apartment complex on Careen Drive in Virginia Beach back on July 1st. Police found her car on July 3rd, abandoned just 10 minutes away near Lake Edward. Bellamy is 39 years old. She has brown eyes and black hair. She is 5'2", weighs about 140 pounds. She also has flower tattoos on her left foot and one on her right arm. If you see her or you know where she is, call police immediately. That's the latest right now in the First Alert Center. Heather Sullivan, NBC12 News.
Right now, Petersburg police need your help finding a missing 60-year-old woman. Investigators say Eleanor Fitzel was last seen Saturday near her Bishop Street home. She's likely driving a 2003 blue Honda Civic with a Virginia license plate VYZ 9780. Now, to get a second look at this picture, you can head on over to the NBC12 Facebook page. If you see her or her car, call police.
New tonight, we're hearing from the mother of a woman killed during the Unite the Right rally after the man charged in her murder faced a judge in federal court today. James Alex Fields pled not guilty to federal hate crimes. He also faces several other charges in state court, accused of driving his car through a group of counter-protesters. Dozens were injured, and 32-year-old Heather Heyer was killed. Her mother was there at today's hearing. She says it was an emotional day and adds she can't imagine how those who were actually there felt.
I feel badly for them because when they even talk about it, it brings up memories that I'll never have because I simply wasn't there. They have to live for the rest of their lives with those memories, and I don't have those, and I feel badly for them.
The 21-year-old told a judge he is receiving treatment for anxiety and bipolar disorder as well as depression. His attorney made no request for bail. Fields could face the death penalty if found guilty on the charges related to Heyer's death. In Henrico, 3 children who died in a house fire a year ago will be honored this weekend. Henrico Firefighters Foundation will join Linda Johnson to honor her 3 grandchildren, Jeremiah, Shyla, and Sage, who died in a fire that started on the stove of their Highland Point apartment. Johnson will present the apartment complex with enough stovetop fire extinguishers for every unit. The Firefighters Foundation says the Johnson hopes this will prevent tragedies from happening again. That presentation is Saturday at 2.
In Chesterfield, 4th of July celebrations ended with frightening moments for 2 families after fireworks are now being blamed for sparking 2 house fires. The first fire happened in Midlothian on Duxbury Court around 11:30 last night. Crews arrived to find flames coming from the back of the home. We're told the homeowner picked up someone else's firework debris and threw it in a trash can, and that's what caught fire. In Chester, the second fire happened on Horseshoe Bend Drive. The homeowner did not know fireworks were thrown away in a cardboard box. No one was hurt in either fire.
Now to the latest on the resignation of Environmental Protection Agency head Scott Pruitt. NBC has obtained a copy of the resignation letter in which Pruitt says, quote, "The unrelenting attacks on me personally, my family, are unprecedented and have taken a sizable toll on all of us." President Trump says he did not ask Pruitt for his resignation. Pruitt faces multiple ethics violations because of controversial spending practices. At a Lexington restaurant that became infamous for asking Sarah Huckabee Sanders to leave 2 weeks ago is today back open for business. The Red Hen restaurant saw a lot of backlash from Trump supporters following that ordeal. There were protesters there today for the reopening, but that didn't stop the restaurant from opening its doors at 5 o'clock.
A woman says this gas station attendant is her guardian angel. What he did to save her life, coming up.
Caught on camera, a chase ends like this. What police say started all of this after the break.
Tracking a cold front coming out of the Midwest. When it will bring us some of those storms tomorrow. That's in your full forecast in just a few minutes.
Explore the intricate biology, zoology, and physiology of the world's most spectacular creatures, large and small, with Body World's Animal Inside Out, now open at the Science Museum of Virginia. For complete ticket information, visit smv.org.
We roll slow in Louisiana. That's why Popeyes marinates chicken 12 hours. It's how it's done, here at least. Taste the Louisiana difference with 4 pieces for $5 or a 10-piece meal for $20.
Ew, stinky. The smell of natural gas escaping is a pungent odor like rotten eggs. It could mean gas is escaping. Bad smell. Good reason, your safety. If there's a strong rotten egg odor, here's what you need to know. Don't turn on a light. Don't open a window. Don't strike a match. Do leave the area. Just leave. Go where the smell is no longer present and call 911. Making you aware, keeping you safe. We're Richmond's Natural Gas Safety Awareness Program.
Want better rates on loans and savings? We got you.
Free checking that's really free? We got you.
Mobile banking with card control? We got you.
No fee access to thousands of ATMs? We got you.
Fraud protection with auto alerts and more? We got you.
Nationwide access with a local touch? We definitely got you.
At Virginia Credit Union, we get you, and we got you.
We have 37 parks across the Commonwealth. Every year, 10 million visitors enjoy 600 miles of trails from beaches to mountains, hundreds of cabins and campsites, even yurts. We are Virginia State Parks.
Caught on camera, a car slams into a home on the 4th of July. It happened in Pennsylvania. State police were chasing the man. They clocked him at 80 miles an hour in an unregistered car on the interstate. Troopers tried to pull the man, but that driver would not stop. Shortly after, that's what happens. The car flips and hits a brick house. The good news here, the driver survived and nobody in the house was hurt. That driver has since been charged with DUI. New tonight, Vegas police say rapper Tupac Shakur's 1996 murder is still an open investigation. In a recent BET documentary, a former gang member turned rapper Dwayne Davis says he knows exactly who killed Tupac because he was in the car with the shooter. But Davis said he didn't want to name any names. However, in previous interviews with police, Davis reportedly named his cousin as the shooter. He says he's speaking out now because he has cancer and, quote, nothing else to lose.
New at 11, an Ohio woman says a thoughtful gas station attendant saved her life. Crystal Alt says Monday she ventured out in the extreme heat and was only a block away from her home when she got sick. She started having complications from emphysema and realized she was without her inhaler. A gas station employee saw her and sprang into action.
I just mouthed the words, "Help me." And he saw me and he just literally went around the counter and ran out to me. Just like that. He never left me the whole time. I just had run out of my inhaler. He left and came home to his house and gave me his inhaler. He's like a guardian angel. Guardian angel. She was there at the right time.
What I thought was going on was she looked like she couldn't breathe, and when I got out there, and that was right, she couldn't breathe.
The employee gave Crystal water and helped her inside the station before running home for her inhaler. She says she's grateful he helped her, calling him a good American. Well, Run Restaurant had some cleaning to do in the kitchen. That's according to their last health inspection report. On Your Side investigator Heather Sullivan went to talk to them about what they've done about it.
Took us into the kitchen to not only show us that everything's been clean, but he says he's asked the inspector to come back and check it out.
We went first to Shotter Thai at 8030 West Broad Street in Henrico, which had 4 priority violations, plus 2 priority foundation and 6 core violations. We met the manager.
And so it talked about that you had some pots and pans that had encrusted grease. The kitchen needed cleaning. There was grease dripping from the hood filters.
Okay, you can check that.
He took us into the kitchen to show us the hood filters have been cleaned.
And this is what they talk about.
Oh, okay.
Filter here.
Okay. And so you guys did some cleaning?
Yeah, we did.
As well as some pans.
They talk about the grease. That's right there. It's not like a big deal.
Oh, no, it said pots and pans?
No.
No, it was that?
Yeah,
it was that? Okay. Okay, so that was just needed to be cleaned.
The inspector noted shelving in the walk-in also needed cleaning, so the manager replaced it.
Oh, new.
Oh, you put new shelving in?
Yeah.
He says everything has been corrected and he's called the inspector to schedule a checkup. Next, we stop by Trace Macho's at 11521 Midlothian Turnpike in Chesterfield. It usually earns better inspection scores, but this time it had 4 priority violations, 2 priority foundation, and 7 core violations. The manager wasn't in.
Okay, well, I tell you what, let me leave you my card. Okay.
The report says, quote, roach problem has improved, only a few noted on the trap. The inspector also noted foods in the hot box were not hot enough and foods in a cooler were not cold enough. Those and 2 other violations were corrected during the inspection.
We later spoke with the manager of Trace Macho's by phone, who says that they have changed to a new pest control provider and all violations have been corrected. I'm On Your Side investigator Heather Sullivan.
Trending now, an example of why you should never just blindly follow directions on your GPS. A tractor-trailer driver on Route 12 in the Outer Banks literally drove to the end of the road on July 2nd and became stuck in beach sand. The driver was following a GPS signal before he realized the pavement was ending. He tried to turn around but was stuck. A towing company had to come to the rescue. Tom and Jean Meyer took these pictures. We found them on the Wild Outer Banks Facebook page. The Virginian pilot says it took a 60-ton wrecker to pull the truck out of the sand.
Good news for the family of the nation's oldest World War II veteran. His bank restored the money stolen from his account. Someone stole 112-year-old Richard Overton's personal information over the last several months. Thieves emptied the account and family members reported it to Bank of America. Bank officials restored Overton's funds while they investigated identity theft. In the meantime, more than $300,000 were raised to pay for Overton's in-home care.
Accurate, reliable, breaking weather specialists. This is NBC12 First Alert Weather.
Well, Richmond right now, temperature hanging tough at 80 degrees. Still have a pretty good heat index. Not good in a good way. 85 degrees is our heat index now, and here we are 11 o'clock at night. That's pretty high for this time of night. 75, really high dew point. Your weather for the morning commute, no real weather impacts. It's just going to be muggy out there. Temperatures in the mid-70s for your morning temperatures. And I'll get more onto your forecast in a second. I want to give you an update. This is new information from the Hurricane Center. Just came in a few minutes ago from the National Hurricane Center on Tropical Storm Beryl. But look at the strength of this now. 65-mile-per-hour winds. It's way out in the Atlantic. But this was just a tropical depression earlier this afternoon. All of a sudden it's strengthened, but it's a tiny little system, but it's packing quite a punch right in the center of that. Now, the forecast from this, they think it will become a hurricane probably sometime tomorrow or early Saturday, but then weaken as it encounters some shear. And so that weakening begins in the next couple of days after Saturday, actually. And then it'll just become, they think, a tropical wave as it moves far to the south. But they'll watch it closely. It looks like a big rainmaker for the Lesser Antilles, these areas, and they're going to have to keep a close eye on that. Beryl all of a sudden just formed almost out of nowhere. We're also watching an area of cloudiness offshore. Possible development, about a 40% chance that eventually turns into something tropical, but it's expected to stay off the coast, well offshore. But it may have an impact in terms of kicking up surf conditions along the Outer Banks, even Virginia Beach, as we get into the weekend. So something to keep in mind with that. High pressure keeps us dry today, but here comes the front tomorrow with some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Behind it, we get cooler. You can see the showers pretty much focus over the mountains tonight. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll have a better chance to see some of those, but severe weather is not expected. In fact, the only risk area from the Storm Prediction Center tomorrow is way up here in eastern New England. And behind the front, we get cooler for the weekend. High temperatures today, 70s and 80s in the northern plains, parts of the upper Midwest, lower 80s. That's what we're looking at by Saturday. It's going to be a nice weekend. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast tonight then. Just partly cloudy skies into tomorrow morning. And then through the day tomorrow, we have increasing shower chances in the afternoon. Not so much in the morning, but afternoon, all of a sudden we see some of these developing. This is late afternoon. I think the bigger ones will form to the south, though, by evening. That's where the heavier rain threat will be. We're not anticipating severe weather out of those at this point. And Saturday looks like it turns really nice. We're talking cool temperatures, lots of sunshine. So your next big weather is going to be the potential for some rain tomorrow. We'll have to watch for that. You know, we need a little now after several dry days. The timing will be greatest between about 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. 60 to 70% chance we'll see at least some showers and maybe a storm or two. Highs will be about 89 degrees. Then your extended forecast, 82 for the high Saturday, just like springtime. 84 Sunday, low at 60 Saturday night, and then heating up the rest of the week. Sports and more news is coming up.
First Alert Weather is sponsored by Mechanicsville Honda and Mechanicsville Toyota. Open 7 days a week and 24 hours on the web.
It's a beautiful day. And I'm gonna be just fine. Yeah. It's a beautiful day.
More and more people are finding themselves in a Chevy for the first time. Now you can too during the Chevy 4th of July sales event. Now through July 9th, get 10 to 20% below MSRP on your favorite Chevy models when you finance with GM Financial. That's over $10,000 on this Silverado LTZ. This 4th of July, discover why Chevy is the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall.
See your Heart of Virginia Chevy dealers.
One day I was driving home in the rain and a car made a legal turn and plowed right into me. Everything was going in slow motion. I could hear my son screaming, and then I blacked out. When I came to, I was in the emergency room. I immediately called MROC and Kilduff. I didn't feel like just another case. I can tell that they really cared. They did their job 100%.
When you're seriously injured, your lawyer matters. So call MROC and Kilduff.
They care about people, and they care about this community. They really do.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
It's the big 4th of July sale at Priority. Time to declare your independence from big car payments. Got $250? Priority Nissan, Toyota, and VW have a car for you. New Nissan Altima, $250 down, $250 a month. New Toyota Corolla, $250 down, $250 a month. 2018 VW Passat, $250 down, $250 a month. All with priorities for life. Oil and filter changes, state inspections, and engines guaranteed for life. The 4th of July sale at Priority Toyota, Nissan, and VW.
Send your pictures for Dress for the Weather using the NBC12 News app, and your kid's picture could end up on TV.
Dress for the Weather is sponsored by Call Federal, passionately local banking.
Diane Walker, on your side. Weeknights on NBC12 News.
For all things to do in RVA, 12 About Town, sponsored by Virginia Credit Union.
The NBC12 Sports Desk is sponsored by The Good Feet Store.
Every now and then we'll see a local product play at the Diamond when coming through with a Flying Squirrels opponent, but rarely does an area star suit up for the Squirrels themselves. Alley graduate Connor Overton making his second start for the Squirrels tonight. An up and down day for the former Raider as he strikes out 6 over 4 innings, but giving up 4 runs, including a 3-run double in the third. Overton factoring in his first AA decision tonight, taking the loss in Richmond's 5-4 defeat at the hands of Akron. He's made 7 total appearances for the Squirrels so far. The 24-year-old right-hander seeing his ERA climb to 4.91 this evening. Well, 4 of Overton's teammates heading to the Eastern League All-Star Game this coming Wednesday in Trenton. Pitchers Dylan McNamara and Sean Anderson, along with outfielder Luigi Rodriguez and shortstop Ryan Howard heading to the game. They'll take a moment to enjoy their time as All-Stars, but also say it's an extra shot to catch the eyes of the big club and do a job.
In the minor leagues, as much as it's not serious in the big leagues anymore, it doesn't mean anything, but it is a showcase. There's going to be more eyes on you there probably than all season. So, you do want to have your best stuff.
We would definitely feel rewarded and happy to go over there, but definitely for me, I think I still need to go out there and do my job and have fun at the same time. That's what I've been doing all year.
And as for next year's Eastern League All-Star Game, that is right here in Richmond at the Diamond. Earlier this week, baseball learning Justin Verlander will not be taking the mound in the All-Star Game this month because he will start the Sunday before. Tonight, looking to show off his All-Star form in his latest start against the White Sox. The Goochland native strong tonight against Chicago, going 7 innings, allowing just 2 runs on 4 hits, while striking out 10. It's his 4th game tallying double-digit strikeouts this year. Verlander also does not walk a batter tonight. Now, he will not factor in the decision, exiting with the Astros and White Sox tied at 2. Houston would go on to win 4-3. Basketball now, VCU product Justin Tillman missing his 3rd straight NBA Summer League game tonight with a sore hamstring. Tillman, playing with the Miami Heat, will be with the team and it heads to Las Vegas for 3 games beginning Saturday. Meanwhile, Tillman's former teammate Jaquan Lewis hitting the court with the Bucks tomorrow, along with former Spider TJ Klein. The NBA Summer League runs through July 17th. Well, football fans, we are exactly 3 weeks away from the first open day of Redskins training camp in Richmond. The team getting into town on July 25th, with players going through their conditioning tests, and the first full day open to the public is July 26th. Practices are at 9:45, walkthroughs 4:40. Find a list of fan enhancements as well as a schedule now on the sports page of NBC12.com. And that is sports. We're back after this.
Alexa, what's my flash briefing?
Here's your flash briefing from NBC12 News. Here's your first alert weather forecast.
This is customizable streaming TV for your family, whatever size. It's saving money with flexible channel packs, live TV and the latest shows to stream, and all your streaming apps in one place, even Netflix. This is how Xfinity makes life simple, easy, awesome.
Introducing new packages with customizable streaming TV options. Enjoy more choice and faster speeds, giving you the ultimate value. Click, call, or visit a store today.
More and more people are finding themselves in a Chevy for the first time. Now you can too during the Chevy 4th of July sales event. Now through July 9th, get 10 to 20% below MSRP on your favorite Chevy models when you finance with GM Financial. That's over $10,000 on this Silverado LTZ. This 4th of July, discover why Chevy is the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall.
See your Heart of Virginia Chevy dealers.
When something's just right, it's hard to find, but easy to recognize. You know it's just the perfect fit. At South State Bank, that's us. The sweet spot between a big bank and a small one. So you get the services you need, combined with the service you need too. High tech and high touch. Sophisticated and simple. Right here at South State.
First Alert weather is on your side mornings on NBC12 News Today.
Greenfront Furniture in Farmville is one of America's largest furniture stores. With over 800,000 square feet of showroom space, there is a new treasure around every corner. For the first time since the 2011 trade embargo halted their importation to the United States, new shipments of Persian rugs are arriving to the Greenfront showroom. These gorgeous works of art are beginning to fill out the showroom walls and floors. It's clear the wait has been more than worth it. Come claim yours today. Greenfront Furniture Farmville. Log on to greenfront.com to plan your trip.
Named a best family car by KBB, with seating for up to 8 in a style that lets everyone enjoy the ride. Plus, all these advanced safety features come standard. Now lease a Highlander for only $289 a month, or buy one with $1,750 cash back from Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
That's it for us at 11. Thanks for choosing NBC12.
12 News Today begins at 4:30, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow night.
See you then.